you'll excuse me.
What's up? What's with the... You want to know something? Yeah, at first we all thought it was about damn time. I don't know if you've noticed, but Monarch ain't exactly easy on the spirit. Then it got uglier than a rat eating a sour grape. Everything that could have gone wrong did. Townships were promised evac shuttles that never came. Overland routes were attacked by marauders and wildlife. Supplies went missing, our equipment started corroding on account of the sulfur in the air. I don't know, but at least we'd have money to back us up. Supply shipments, food that we don't have to hunt down. Look at MSI. They're getting along fine. I have to think the Corps could have made it work if they'd reprioritized. I'm not sure we need anything, Cap. We've had our growing pains, to be sure, but here we are. Still alive, still fighting. Long as nobody goes around trying to dismantle the whole thing, I think we'll be fine. Progress requires structure. Nobody's gonna build a sewer pipe or a road if they don't got a boss telling them to. The bureaucracy's necessary. Anytime, Cap.
Yeah, huh?
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Your ass is surely not gonna believe this. Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Young Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that tall faller!
This I gotta see. Thanks.
Hey, we gotta talk about this.
Mind your way?
Just stretching your legs, boss?
Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find. Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway. Of course, of course. What's on your mind? Absolutely. Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia. Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know. Because we've lost our way, the board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense. Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it? We'll do our very best. I'd best get back.
Crew report. Ioka is drunk. Surprise. I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist. Welcome back, Captain. How can I request you to... We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Can we talk? Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right?
Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Which brings us to where we are today. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. Yeah. Oh. Great. And when we get there, if you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that. That's the idea. Anything else? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy. Uh-huh. Sure. Everybody's got an angle. I'm just wondering what yours is. That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work. Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it? Guess I hadn't looked at it that way. Still, Phineas isn't your only option. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway. Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job and getting paid really, really well. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making... Anything else? Something about this Glad it's not just... The way Harlow was leaning on his revolutionary bona fides, not to mention his knowing Felix back in the day. Good. That makes... Something on your... Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. Sure. And fish sticks... Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, but sooner or later, things will go back to the way... Well, who hasn't been there? Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing... I never... Anything else? It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize even the bribes are overpriced. Don't trust anyone, don't touch anything, and whatever you do, don't show... What, like primals? Nah. People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. It can get ugly. That's what I've...
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Oh. You mean I'm supposed to be meeting you? Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. The heck?
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you? Except that's not how they go. At least that's not how they're supposed to go in Byzantium. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home and his guard.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
So what if those Amazonites don't want us? I guess we're easy.
Miss Ellie, or, Dr. Pinto. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous?
Is that supposed to be a model of a system? Not super accurate.
I once treated a lady who got her hand caught in the gears. Idiot was more worried about her rings than her fingers.
BNP, I can't believe it's not good. It's unbelievable how good it is.
I've always loved that sport.
It's an honor.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you.
Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I... The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed... Ah, Celeste, you've done it again. I knew... I'm Celeste Jolicoeur. And you, my dear? I'm an artist, darling, not a tweed merchant. I don't sell things. I pollinate the world with art. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. When I look at you, I see the very embodiment of everything the walls of Byzantium were built to keep out. Making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need your help gathering the right materials. Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of... What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch... Also... Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of Byzantium once I'm done with you. I'll need you to model for me the following. The apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear. Helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't. What can I... If I were an enterprising spacer...
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense. You're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There. Love. That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so... precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you. There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best. Now stand back. Back! I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour. And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I. Free. Byzantium has lost its élan vital. Everything about this city is so... I want to make people uncomfortable the way you do. You're an outsider. I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. Outside Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've... Anyway, I'm quite certain Byzantium wouldn't laugh. You're very well.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all that... You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for. To fix up the air cyclers. I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have... Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. Oh, this is real scary.
I can't... What can I... I can't... What...
What? You know... I know. Next time...
I love Byzantium. What else would you want?
CNP near maple Anti-Cleo's antibiotic.
Down there.
Comfort in knowing that anything antibiotics cannot stop.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Felix, you're surely not gonna believe this. You know Princess of Hephaestus? That late show about the freedom fighter with a pure heart and a mean right hook? She finally kissed her sweetheart, Miss Yuko.
That's the episode with Ruth Bellamy, right? Been meaning to catch that. You got a second? I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shot. It makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born. At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony? Nah, he was sorry for getting found out. You'd never do something like that, would you? I'm sure Graham told himself the same thing. He wasn't the one who held the... The thing is, that's all it takes. Sometimes the difference between right and wrong is turning a key, or looking the other way, or keeping your mouth shut when you ought to speak up. Let's get back to it.
I swear, next time we put into Groundbreaker... Oh, I'm so...
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look? Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the canner. He's probably half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Nah, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when I get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. Anyone who helped shape you must have been a special person.
Look at me.
My father and I were often at loggerheads. He had notions of how the station should be run, and I had others. He was fond of saying,
Isn't this swell?
I appreciate you making the time for this.
Hey, you what about your mama? I don't mean to pry, you just hardly mention her, and I've been wondering.
She passed when I was small. Taught me how to change a fuse on her deathbed. Even sick, she was patient with me. She kept exhaustive journals of my childhood, my father said. Like she was A/B testing. Child rearing.
Must be you got
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the danger?
You mind trying to have a moment here? Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson? Yeah, the promenade doesn't feel like I'm walking the surface of Tartarus. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends. Please. That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to. Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the ground. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting...
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his...
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off... Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He was here to collect his personals, complain about No, and he was particular. Appreciate it. No offense, man.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Flakes and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Okay, Captain, she's gone. I'm near about vibrating. I'm so excited. So she got here, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread. She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person. Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain. One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it'd work, how I've had a bad time of it in the past. She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together. Share meals, talk. Maybe she could rub my shoulders when they're sore. I said I might like that. It's all on your account, you know? Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vicar's capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
If I spit, think I can hit
Anti-Creon energizing poison. Enjoy 6 cups worth of concentrated caffeine with every dollar.
The dissonance actually
Spacer's choice of Creon. For life.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square? I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an orrery, and you say that every time.
It's strange.
I can't wait. What can I... I can't... What can I... I can't... What can... If I were an enterprising... Oh, how grotesque! I always suspected the dramas did no justice to real marauders. Their armor is so much more hideous in person. 2 outfits remain. I can't wait to see what you'll bring me. Something shocking, I hope. I can't wait to see those outfits. What can I do for you, darling? I can't wait. What can I...
I love Byzantium.
Spacer's choice.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right place. Why,
50-bit says he's got a hard on right now.
Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. Marauders, dissidents... Only because we make it so. It is only the fear of the well-armed Byzantine that... Indeed.
I only wish they weren't showing so many
VIP
Spacer's
pancake mix.
Choice ads.
Now
in the
requires
commercial.
no link to. Seriously,
Think
don't
their
mix it.
audience is.
You can't blame them for wanting to appeal to the masses, I suppose.
D&D Borston Baked Beans. When you need run Borston Baked. Beans is the only one.
Some crew.
Dead center. Next round's on you.
Shh, the captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, yes. This'll about do. That's...
Something on your...
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Is it just...
What are you saying, Martin? That's an Auntie Cleo's product.
My, whoa, what have I done? The company will have my head. Both of them. This is...
Gotcha. What I wouldn't give to see the... This guy's real easy to fuck with.
What kind...
It's your party, Captain.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like... Heard of it. My...
If you did, that'd be good, actually.
I'd have to go over my contract, but... So, what can I get? Shit. Oh, shit. No. As the face of Spacer's Choice... have a look.
Ball scores from the corners. What about the real Black?
Gracious. I've got a lovely little throw pill.
It get cooler? I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
That mod was for your gun, not your smart mouth.
You want to bust my chops?
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works.
Udom's body turned up in a waste disposal shaft. Dirty business.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed to the capture of noted terrorist Vinny's Wells. Report any sightings to your local...
Itching to whack.
Ooh. Not me, but it's in my blood. After the... Not from around here, are you? After leaving Earth, you worked... I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one to...
C&P Boar's Pockets can be macromeed in 2.5 seconds.
If you've got a complaint, file it at security.
Apple cider, a hard cider for a hard life.
Takes a lot of fun to rack up a fine like that.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Remember that stranger I saw?
I can't wait. What can I... I can't... What can I do for... If I were an enterprising... What can I do?
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial. I'll lock up. I will.
Spacer's Choice 2-hour energy program. Watch out now.
I've always loved that sculptor.
It's an order.
So what involved
I can't wait. What can I do for you? I can't. What can... I can't. What can... I can't. What... Goodness. Look at those atrocious contours. The sheer brutality of its design offends the senses and shocks the mind into a state of palpable excitement. I adore it! One outfit left. Do hurry, my dear. The bird of inspiration is about to take flight.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen. We've arrived at the groundbreaker. I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Welcome! Looking to give a beating or take one?
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
The dissidents actually...
Spacer's Choice 3-slice bread.
I love Byzantium.
I can't... What can I... I can't... What... I can't... What... I can't... What... I can't... What... What can... I can't... What... I can't... What... I can't wait to see those outfits. What can I do for you, darling? Like a star, darling. Square your shoulders. Hand on your hip. Eyebrow cocked. Yes. Perfect. My heart is all aflutter. Yes, that's it. I have it. I know exactly what we're doing. Brace yourself, my dear. We're going to call this style Barbarian Chic. The saucy confidence of a spacer. The raw contempt of an iconoclast. The brutish musk of a marauder, and the pièce de résistance, monster leather. 1 part mantiquine chitin, 3 parts hide from a raptidon's flank, and let's say, 8 strips of primal leather. No, make that 10. My dear, I have...